The suffering doesn't go away when you put the drink down, it just changes. Hi, I'm Cams. I'm an alcoholic. I thought I would just come on camera today and talk about how I'm feeling, because I feel like having 15 years of sobriety should mean that I'm actually doing okay, and that isn't the case every day. In fact, today was a pretty grim morning, so I thought that if I were just to riff into the camera and talk about how I'm feeling, it might be helpful to people out there who do have a decent length of sobriety and still feel like they're not doing so well. So I'll give you a glimpse into what 15 years of sobriety can look like. It's that time of year, isn't it? December is a difficult time for everybody, not just for alcoholics. But I think this year in particular, it's going to be even more difficult for many of us, given the current lockdown situation, the fact that families are not going to be able to get together, all of that stuff. But that's not what's on my mind. What's on my mind right now is the fact that I have some big life decisions to make, and I'm scared. I think that's really what the long and short of it is. I am scared. I started making these videos about recovery a month or so ago. It was a complete change around for me, and I've really enjoyed so far what it's giving me in terms of self-analysis and growth of serenity, recovery, whatever you want to call it. It's giving me all of those things, but at the moment I don't have a job, which in itself is a good thing, because the job that I had before I didn't have a job was dreadful. Absolutely awful. It was one of the worst periods, I think, of my life because of that job. So I almost feel like I've got no right to be feeling down at the moment, because I've just had a full year of not having to do that job, and I've had support from my wife, who is amazing. She's been supporting me, she's been supporting the family almost single-handedly. I mean, I do have some income coming in from like my army pension and stuff like that, but it's not a living by any stretch. And so now I'm in the position where I feel like I have a good business idea. I've been given so much encouragement just through making these videos from my peers in the part-time YouTuber Academy, which is where I learned that this is what I would like to do. And this morning, when I was feeling like I wasn't able to reply to an email, I have a phone call that I want to make, which is related to my business. I didn't feel like I could do that. I found myself just wallowing in self-pity. And I sent a text to a really good friend, and she immediately called me. And there was a second or two when I was like, do I want to pick this up? And I did, which in itself is quite a big thing. But this friend has been such a big help to me over the past few weeks. And we had a really nice conversation, and I think she helped me to come to the conclusion that I had pretty much already come to, which is that I cannot build a business without investment. And this is the problem I'm having, is that my wife is earning while I try and grow this business, and it's going to take capital investment, and that's going to come, I think, in the form of coaching. I feel like without coaching I'm going to struggle. I want to give myself a fighting chance. I want to do what Ali Abdaal calls stacking the deck. And this is a concept that he talked about in his YouTube course.
You can stack the deck in terms of time by spending loads and loads of more time editing and writing and scripting and storytelling and getting better at camera and just churning out more videos. And you can stack the deck in terms of money by getting better gear and by hiring a team. Those are the two ways that you can use money to stack the deck in your favor.
And I feel like going forward with my business idea that I have, which is to do with recovery, it's in that space. And the fear that fills me with is is overpowering at times. And that's where I feel like a coach will really help. And that's where my friend really helps. That's where the part-time YouTuber Academy has been so life-changing, because it's built up a network of friends, but friends who are trying to do the same thing, trying to grow a YouTube channel in whatever their niche is. And the encouragement and the friendship and the support that has come out of this part-time YouTuber Academy is just incredible. So now I feel like, because I have that support behind me, it's giving me what I need to help me not to wallow in self-pity, when that's kind of my default state. When I get into a state of fear, I tend to wallow. And at the moment, I don't pick up a drink. Now, bear in mind, complacency is a killer. I understand that. But for 15 years now, I haven't picked up a drink when the self-pity gets overwhelming. What I do is I will eat forbidden foods. I'm diabetic and sugar is the killer. And on Saturday afternoon, I ate a whole packet of curly whirly squirrelies. That's quite a nice thing to say with a Scottish accent, isn't it? Curly whirly squirrelies. That was alcoholism-based behaviour. It wasn't alcoholic behaviour, I wouldn't say, because I didn't pick up alcohol. But I did use the sugar because I was feeling grim, right? And I didn't like the way that that made me feel, so what I did was I journaled about it, and that really helped. And then I spoke about it in the mentorship group that we've built up as part of the Part-Time YouTuber Academy. So that was really helpful and powerful, and I felt good that I had actually made a positive move when I could quite easily have spiralled down even further, right? So I've got that going for me. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and really just share how I'm feeling, because although this probably isn't helpful to someone who's still suffering from active alcoholism, it might help somebody who's got some sobriety and is still suffering with life, and how to deal with life on life's terms. It's difficult. And it's not just difficult for alcoholics, it's difficult for everyone. But as an alcoholic, I have the tools that I need to help me through this. One of those tools is this little thing here. Pick up the phone, call someone, talk to someone. And I wanted to do that this morning, but I didn't feel that I could. But I was able to send a text, and that resulted in a phone call coming back to me, and that has made all the difference in the world to this day. And it was that friend who actually suggested that I sit down and make a video about how I'm feeling today. So that has been what has brought me here this morning, to sit here and share how I'm feeling with you all. So I hope you've been able to find some identification here. If you have, let me know, because I really would love to hear from other still suffering alcoholics, or from recovering alcoholics, or from recovering alcoholics who are still suffering. Because, let's face it, the suffering doesn't go away when you put the drink down, it just changes. Thanks for watching. Do reach out if you would like to get in touch and get a connection. That would be awesome. You'll find me on Twitter @Camule. I'm very active on there. And I also publish a newsletter every week, which you can find in the description below. And you will get one email a week is what my intentions are at the moment, to put out some thoughts about how I'm feeling, how I've managed my sobriety that week, and also with a link to my latest video. So if you're interested in that, please, you know what to do. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all remember that you're not alone. Bye for now.